In the summer of 2021, a young couple set out on what looked like the adventure of a lifetime. A cross-country van life journey through America's most beautiful national parks. They documented their travels on Instagram and YouTube, smiling photos, scenic backdrops, a love story on the open road. But behind the filtered images and curated captions, something was unraveling. By the end of August, 22-year-old Gabby Petito was dead, and her fiancé, Brian Laundrie, was on the run. This is the story of the killing of Gabby Petito, the warning signs, the missed opportunities, the nationwide manhunt, and the questions that still linger today. Gabrielle Venora Petito was born on March 19, 1999, in Blue Point, New York. She grew up in a blended family with 6 younger siblings and half-siblings. Creative and free-spirited, Gabby loved art, yoga, nature, and documenting her life online. After high school, she began dating Brian Christopher Laundrie. By 2019, she had moved in with him and his parents in Northport, Florida. The couple embraced a minimalist, outdoors-focused lifestyle. In December 2020, Gabby bought a white 2012 Ford Transit Connect van and converted it into a camper. She dreamed of becoming a travel blogger. On July 2, 2021, they hit the road. Their 4-month journey would take them through Monument Rocks, Great Sand Dunes National Park, Zion National Park, Bryce Canyon, Canyonlands. To their followers, it looked idyllic. But on August 12th, everything changed. On August 12th, a 911 caller reported seeing a man slap a woman outside the Moonflower Community Cooperative in Moab, Utah. Police stopped the van near the entrance to Arches National Park. Body camera footage showed Gabby sobbing uncontrollably. She told officers she had OCD and blamed herself for the altercation. She apologized repeatedly. Brian claimed he was trying to create distance. Officers observed marks on Gabby's face and arm. But instead of treating it as domestic violence, police categorized it as a mental breakdown. No charges were filed. The couple was separated for one night. Brian stayed at a motel. Gabby remained in the van. The next day, they continued their trip. Many would later question whether this was a missed opportunity to prevent tragedy. On August 12th, a 911 caller reported seeing a man slap a woman outside the Moonflower Community Cooperative in Moab, Utah. Police stopped the van near the entrance to Arches National Park. Body camera footage showed Gabby sobbing uncontrollably. She told officers she had OCD and blamed herself for the altercation. She apologized repeatedly. Brian claimed he was trying to create distance. Officers observed marks on Gabby's face and arm. But instead of treating it as domestic violence, police categorized it as a mental breakdown. No charges were filed. The couple was separated for one night. Brian stayed at a motel. Gabby remained in the van. The next day, they continued their trip. Many would later question whether this was a missed opportunity to prevent tragedy. On August 25th, Gabby spoke to her mother for the last time. She said they were heading toward Grand Teton and Yellowstone. On August 27th, witnesses saw the couple arguing at the Mary Piglet's Tex-Mex restaurant in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Surveillance footage later showed them entering a Whole Foods nearby. That was the last confirmed footage of Gabby alive. Later that day, the van was seen near Spread Creek in Bridger Teton National Forest. On August 30th, a strange text was sent from Gabby's phone. No service in Yosemite. Her mother immediately felt something was wrong. On September 1st, Brian Laundrie drove the van back to Florida. Alone. He refused to speak to Gabby's family. He hired a lawyer. On September 11th, Gabby was officially reported missing. For days later, Brian was named a person of interest. Then, on September 13th, he disappeared. On September 19th, human remains were discovered near Spread Creek in Bridger Teton National Forest. They were identified as Gabby Petito. An autopsy determined the cause of death: blunt force injuries to the head and neck, and manual strangulation. Her death was ruled a homicide. A nationwide manhunt followed. On September 23rd, an arrest warrant was issued for Brian for unauthorized use of Gabby's debit card. For weeks, authorities searched Florida swampland. On October 20th, skeletal remains were found in Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park. Dental records confirmed they belonged to Brian Laundrie. He had died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Later, the FBI revealed a notebook found near his remains contained a written confession admitting he killed Gabby. The investigation was officially closed in January 2022. The case dominated headlines for weeks. Why? Several factors converged. A young couple documenting their perfect life online. Dramatic body cam footage. Viral TikTok tips. Public silence from Brian and his parents. The growing true crime culture. But it also sparked an uncomfortable conversation about missing white woman syndrome. Many pointed out that thousands of missing persons, particularly Indigenous women, receive far less media attention. Gabby's father later acknowledged that disparity and began advocating for broader awareness of missing persons cases through the Gabby Petito Foundation. In November 2022, Gabby's estate won a $3 million wrongful death judgment against Brian's estate, though recovery was unlikely. Her parents also filed lawsuits against Brian's parents and against the Moab Police Department. The lawsuit against his parents was settled in 2024. The suit against Moab Police was dismissed under Utah's Governmental Immunity Act, though the judge acknowledged officers' actions may have contributed to the tragic outcome. An appeal is ongoing. Gabby Petito set out to document freedom, adventure, and love. Instead, her story became a cautionary tale about domestic violence, social media illusions, and the warning signs we sometimes overlook. If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, help is available. In the United States, you can contact the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE. Gabby's story is heartbreaking, but perhaps its lasting impact is awareness, and the hope that awareness can save lives.